What's up, everybody? Psych Out back here again. We are having a really good week. We're getting cards we like. We got to 7,000 trophies this week. We've set new personal bests. Upgraded legendaries to level 4. We have been doing well in the tournament. I've now won my third tournament, the second master tournament, and we actually haven't even spent that many gems on the thing, which we'll take a look at here in a second. So let's go ahead and open up our tournament chest and hope for some good epic cards here. Let's see, Blizzard's a good rare card. Boneyard, that's a good epic card. And okay, Fortify, boring card. And Catapult, okay, Demon. Well, you know, I've been able to upgrade that, but the problem is I don't have any decks I use Demon with right now, so I don't know what to do with it. Phoenix, that's great. Get closer to a maxed Phoenix. And a couple other cards I don't use. Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, we are doing pretty amazing. Where are we at on our piggy bank? Oh yeah, we still got a little ways to go on that. Okay. Well, let's look and see where we're at standings wise. Now we are 13th, so we're making our way up. I don't know how hard I'll compete this weekend. My wife will probably yell at me if I play too much. So anyway, right now we're off to a pretty good run. We've only spent 670 gems, so that, I mean, one of those was a 50... For sure, one of those was a 50, so that means if we count all of our replays, let's see, that means I've done 2 grand tournaments, 3 grand tournaments because we got our gems back on 1, and I've done 6 masters tournaments. We got our gems back on 1, so that gives us 10 total tournaments. 10 or 11, maybe 11 if we count that continue in there. So I think 11 total tournaments, and we've won 3. That's a really good win rate, I think, for tournaments. So yeah, doing pretty good here. So this video is gonna be a quick one because I played this deck that I've been playing. I played around with some other ones, but this time I just restarted and went with this one. And man, I think this deck is really strong for some reason in the tournament. I mean, who did I play that was tough? I played Coco as a very tough opponent, Vishu, very tough opponent, Barney, tough opponent. No HHU, but I thought he played pretty tough. Yeah, he's fairly tough. Exodus, I don't know either, yeah, but fairly good. And then this was the ground 10. I don't think a very tough opponent there. Okay, so let's go watch the games, and I will try to comment about what was going on. So it's the same kind of deck that's similar to Sir Robin's deck. We want to get out an angel, and we're gonna protect her by getting a Hollow Knight right next to her so that no skeletons can come get her. And yeah, you'll see here my opponent doesn't really know what to do. I think my opponent's probably never had an angel before, probably never had a phoenix, because playing those skeletons there made no sense. So I'm just going to run everything at him here. I really thought about playing the standard bearer, but turns out I wouldn't have had enough time anyway. But that's the advantage of having the Phoenix in the lane with your standard bearer, is that when they play Inferno, your Phoenix, or in the lane with your angel rather, when they play Inferno to kill your angel, they kill your Phoenix, and your Phoenix just gets stronger. Here I decided just to switch lanes because I thought he might do, I don't know what, do something else, a shock or something, a bomb, I don't know, on my Phoenix egg. But now it's just, you know, that Phoenix is just too big, and it was a massacre. You're going to see in this one we have a lot of massacre wins. So here's a game against Fur, who I did not know. This is round 2. So he gets a pretty good draw. He's coming with a quick shaman. I didn't have the greatest draw, but we're going to find out where the shaman is, and it's in the bottom lane, which is helpful. And then he gets a Hollow Knight and an Angel out there. So this is, you know, my opponent's off to a pretty good start here. And then he plays that card, which I don't really understand. He should really get the, yeah, and that didn't make any sense either. He should really have gotten, I think he should have played the vampire in the top lane so that it would have been with his Angel, because as you're going to see here, he's got, you know, he got mine, Hollow Knight, and I got his, but at the end of the day, none of that's going to really matter. Because they're just not going to be able to do enough damage to me in time. And his vampire died, of course, and mine's, well, I guess mine, okay, well, now it's not going to die. This was sort of a mistake to push back. I mean, I guess he didn't have any choice. He thought he was going to die if he didn't, but, you know, and now you're going to see just an onslaught of things happen here. Okay, push back. Yep. And now we're going to get all these eggs in the middle lane, which is going to be awesome. Look at that. We're going to have 3 Phoenix. Is that right? Or just 2? I guess just 2 Phoenix. And massive amounts of damage to the castle. And yeah, nothing he can do. So that was round 2. Round 3 was against Coco, who's a tough opponent. Plays a variety of decks. I had played him earlier. He beat me earlier. I was playing a different deck. He was also playing a different deck, so I wonder. I suspect he thought I would be playing a different deck here. Again, here we're going to get out that Hollow Knight to get with that Angel, so that things like Shock and that just won't work on the Angel right now. So, okay. Here we go. We're both looking like we've got pretty similar things going on. Now he plays the Shock, and I'm ready with my Vampire. He should really play, yeah, this was a mistake. He should have played a Freeze in that bottom lane, because now I'm just going to switch lanes, and I thought he was going to be playing a Standard Bearer deck himself, but he was not, so goes for that, but I've got the Shock in just in time, and now it's going to be tough. Here I probably could have done something else, but I was really waiting for the Boneyard. There's the Boneyard. Now I want to switch everybody lanes and throw the protection down, so I've got an impossibly difficult stack to defend against. And, you know, you can defend, you can freeze, you can do all that kind of stuff, but in the meantime, I'll just set up an attack in another lane, which I do, and there's just not going to be enough defense for all of that. So another flawless win there in round 3. Round 4, don't know this opponent. Pretty high trophy count. Reaper deck here, as you'll see. I've got one of my cards you'd like to see in the draw, which is the Angel. And my opponent plays the Boneyard here. And this is where it gets crazy. I decide to push everything back. I really made a mistake playing that card where I did. And it might look like I'm crazy playing the Jester there, but I've got a plan. Here's the plan. We're going to move that, yep, I'm moving the Spike statue, so that's what's awesome. I moved the Spike statue, and now we're sitting pretty. All of my opponent's skeletons are dead, and yes, he does have a vampire, but I have one as well. Decided to push back, I guess because he had an Angel, but it actually didn't make sense because the vampire is going to run out of Angel. Doesn't have enough strength, and so then here comes the Reaper. We're going to shock that, and I've got a pretty tough stack going here. It's going to be hard for my opponent to stop me now. Throwing out a Boneyard, stopping the Storm Elemental, and you know, he does a good job, you know, playing the Reaper combination there, but ultimately it's just too much of an attack. And the defense that saved me was the defense with the spike statue, by moving that spike statue to defend against all the skeletons. Okay, so that was round 4. Round 5 against Vishu from Empire Rising, a really tough opponent. I think he's already got 5 Master Tournament victories. Let's see here. And he's playing a deck that a lot of people are playing. A couple of Jesters, some Angels, a Freeze, a Wind. It's just sort of a standard mixed deck. I got pretty fortunate, and the Boneyard was good for me. And then I decided to play the Hollow Knight first. I kind of want to see what he wants to do here, because I'm not sure. And I decided to play I just sort of had a feeling he was going to play something like a Black Witch there. So I went ahead and put everybody in that lane because I wanted to do this right here. And actually that vampire is going to die. And he's going to go for the... No, he does not go for the Black Witch. I think he goes for the Executioner. And I know he's going to do that. So, okay, so he goes for the Wind. And it's funny, I haven't seen my... I haven't seen the card I need to see yet, the Shock. And there it is finally, but it's a little too late. But I do get the Freeze. And that's going to be enough to bring everybody back, and such a strong attack at his castle that just nothing he can do there. So a good win against a tough opponent. That was 6, I think, right? Yeah, 10, 9, 8, 7. That was round 5. So round 6 against an opponent I did not know, SHJ. Playing a sort of a skeleton deck here, I think. You'll see how we handle this one. Okay, pretty good landing spot for the Boneyard. And he's going to get out a big Executioner. Kind of weird to play the Executioner there and not in the top lane. It seemed like it would have made sense to play it there, but that's fine. I guess that was his plan, was to play arrows there. And he freezes here. I'm not really a big fan of freezing unless you know there's something you're going to do with it. I'm just waiting to play my vampire against his, because I know I'm going to have a standard bearer coming here eventually. Now this kind of stinks because I really wanted to play my angel with the vampire, but that Boneyard kind of got in the way of everything, and the Boneyard killed my other angel. So there I dodged the lightning bolt with the standard bearer jump, and then you'll see here that there's just nothing my opponent can do. He's waiting to try to play a Black Knight, but it's just not enough. Got to him too quickly. So round 7 was against Barney, a pretty good player from the clan French Stoner. Oh, he's at 6,800 trophies right now, so it's pretty tough. And Barney's playing one of these mixed decks that's very popular right now. I messed around a little bit with a deck like this earlier, but went back to this deck because I was having more success with it. Okay, pretty good landing spots for me with the Boneyard. It's interesting, he plays the Jester in that lane. I would have thought it made sense to go in the top lane. Here he should definitely try to save his, yep, he does. And I think, what do I do here? Do I get out my angel? Yeah, okay, finally get out my angel, shock his angel. Kind of strange what he's doing up there in the top lane. He gets rid of my angel, but it's not going to be enough. And I'm too slow with my standard bearer. I was hoping, maybe that was his game plan all along, was to play that spike statue up there. And, okay, so we're going to have to freeze. We both freeze. Not a lot for me to do here, so I'm just waiting. And I will switch. And we want to throw down a protection just to be safe. And, yeah, just much damage happening to do anything. So there's another good win. 10, 9, 8. So round 8 against HHU from World's Vikings. So I mean, I think you can see, you know, the ideas in this deck are pretty straightforward. You want to get an angel with some stuff in front of it, a jester, Hollow Knight. Here I decided to go for the Boneyard, I think, and thinking, okay, I'll just deal with those other skeletons later, because I have a lot of ways of dealing with those skeletons. I've got the Spike Statue, and I've also got this Phoenix that's going to take over the top lane. Now, unfortunately, it lets my opponent get a big Specter out, and so I've got to be careful. Okay, here we're going to push back because I want to save my Jester for all of the skeletons. I don't want it to die to that. So, okay. So now we're going to go get that Specter. Again, I'm going to try to protect there and get the freeze just in time in that top lane, and then we switch lanes, and this is pretty lucky or unlucky for my opponent. I've got a protection down, and yeah, it's going to be really tough for my opponent to win. Even with this Specter here, it's actually just going to refuel my Vampire and make the damage all the more destructive. And that guy's not even going to survive. And just for fun, I switched lanes and killed all of his creatures. So here we get a +1 Specter, which is pretty funny. So that was round, what was that, 8 or 9? That was round 8. Round 9, power deck from Exodus. It's a power deck, but it also has the Storm Elemental. I remember thinking when I played this game that this ended up being functioning like an Unchained Demon deck, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure why he hasn't played the Storm yet. Okay, there he goes. And throws down a protection. Maybe that was the idea. But unfortunately, I'm going to be able to kill it really quickly. Yes, he is going to kill the Angel. But in the meantime, he's used almost all his cards. And there's the Unchained Demon. And so instead of fighting the Unchained Demon, I'm just going to attack his castle. He can make it big. He can do whatever he wants. I'm bringing my Jester. Because now the problem is it's going to be hard for him to play something. Now he can play an Unchained Demon in the bottom lane, which would slow me down. I would probably either switch lanes or freeze it and kill it. I'm kind of surprised he's not playing. I guess he was waiting for his wind, and you'll see here he shocks and then plays wind. Well, that didn't work because I switched lanes and avoided the wind. So that was round 9, and round 10 against a Vietnamese player playing some sort of strange deck that involves mana rituals and reapers and specters and skeletons. Okay. And I go for the Boneyard here. He's going to try to kill me in the middle lane. I'm going to get my Jester out perfectly in time. And at this point in the game, I'm feeling pretty good about winning another Masters tournament here. Go ahead and throw down a Spike Statue in that middle lane. I'm a little slow here with my Standard Bearer. I hesitated. If I had switched lanes with my Standard Bearer just before that Mage showed up, I would have grabbed that Hollow Knight very quickly. And, you know, playing the Reaper there, you know, that's why I have the Spike Statue out there. And then I go for the Shock here just to grab that Hollow Knight and start doing some damage. Unfortunately, he can kind of stop everything, but I push back, and the plan here is to go kill that, yep, right there. Go kill the Black Witch and bring everything back. And now I've got a stack, and yeah, it's just going to be too much, no matter what my opponent does. I switch lanes again, just to go for the kill, and there it is. So we ended up with a flawless victory there for round 10. So yeah, didn't take very long. 23 minutes and 45 seconds ago was the last game, and 43 minutes 1 second ago was the first game. So what, it took about 20 minutes to get through a master tournament there. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, so again, I hope this video helps you understand some of the ideas behind Sir Robin's deck and how it works. Although in this one there wasn't a lot of too much creativity needed. Pretty much just massacred most decks. But yeah, hopefully between this video and the previous, you've picked up some tips on how to do that. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. If you like the video, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye-bye.